Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Shah, the blind sea apostles, Jim Masters. I'm Nava Allah, connection of the video. And this is part 2 to the video about vein scanning, a precursor to the RFID chip, which the RFID chip is the mark of the beast found in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, in Revelation, the 16th chapter. So it says Pt.2 It says research pieces, 5 reasons why palm vein scan is the best biometric. I had to read through this video because my phone stopped recording. It says December 4th, 2019 by B.U. Karlskin. Palm vein scan is a powerful, relatively new biometric that uses the internal vein pattern of your palm to identify you. Similar to fingerprint, each person's palm vein pattern is unique and doesn't change. However, this unique identification method has several key security and privacy advantages that traditional biometrics, such as the fingerprint and facial recognition, don't offer. Now this is biometrics. Bio means living. Metric is a standard that something is measured by, whether it's liters, whether it's meters, whether it's kilograms. It's just a unit of measurement. What's being measured is your biology, the living organism, the human being itself. So metric is something is measured or evaluated by. I should have said that first as well. It's a measurement. It's when something is measured, or a unit where something is measured or evaluated by. So it's being evaluated, or what's being formed, or what's being taken into account of is that living organism, which is you, the human being. This is why the scan in your vein. The scan in your vein, which is obviously going to be attached to a living human being, and they're evaluating you. They're measuring you. They're measuring your biology by scanning your vein. And how are they measuring your biology by scanning your vein? By getting your information. Let's read. It says, how does a palm vein scanner work? Palm vein scan is a biometric that works by using infrared light to map the unique vein structure of your palm, capturing over 5 million data points. The palm vein scanner then converts these data points into a unique encrypted code that becomes your biometric ID. See? If I look at the word metric. Says metric. Right here, Merriam-Webster says metric. Basic metric units include the kilogram, the basic unit of weight, the liter, the basic unit of volume, and of course the meter, the basic unit of length. Okay, you go down, it says metric. This is from dictionary.com. Now, often metrics are standard for measuring or evaluating something, especially one that uses figures or statistics. What's being measured or evaluated are certain statistics. Statistics of what? Your biology, the living organism, the human being. Why is that? Because it says the palm vein scan then converts these data points into a unique encrypted code that becomes your biometric ID. So metric is a unit of measurement. It's a unit is standard by which something is measured or evaluated, especially statistics. So they're taking statistics, they're measuring or evaluating statistics of your biology by scanning your vein. By them scanning your vein, the statistics that they get is an encrypted code, which that's how you'll be able to pay for certain things. That'll be your ID, your biometric ID. There is one key feature that makes palm vein recognition stand out from other biometrics. Unlike your fingerprint, iris, which is your eye, or face, your palm vein pattern is internal. Because your palm vein pattern is concealed inside your hand, it is not exposed like other biometrics. This gives it several unique advantages that make it arguably the most advanced biometric on the planet. You see that picture here? It says heat, 5 million points movement. It says security. Palm vein scan is more secure than other biometrics because it's never exposed. Think of biometric like a password, but instead of using numbers to log in, you're using your own body. But certain biometrics, such as facial recognition, have a key flaw. They are exposed. You wouldn't share your passwords on social media for the entire world to see, would you? Yet if a person uses facial recognition for authentication purposes, then their password, their face is literally exposed everywhere they go. This makes traditional biometrics vulnerable to being stolen and duplicated. And despite advances in technology, they use a liveness test to make sure the biometric being scanned is from a real person and not a forged replica. This technology is not perfect and is still vulnerable to more sophisticated spoofing methods. Liveness test, I'm going to have to look that up, do a show on that, low will. But due to the interest of time, we can't deal with that right now. But with palm veins, since your biometric code is concealed inside your hand, It is very difficult for a thief to steal this pattern and create a replica with it. Additionally, since palm vein captures actual blood flow, it has built-in liveness tests. Even if a thief somehow got a hold of your palm vein pattern, they wouldn't be able to fool a scanner without the live blood flowing through the veins, making it immune to spoofing. You see that? So it's immune to for spoofing. Look at the word spoofing. It says spoofing is the act of disguising a communication from an unknown source as being from a known trusted source. So spoofing is disguising communication from an unknown source as being from a known or trusted source. It's making it seem like, but if they somehow was able to capture your vein, let's say take your hand off, the blood won't actually be flowing through your veins. So they can't spoof it. They can't make it appear as if from a known or trusted source. I mean, they can't make it appear as it's from the actual live human being. See, caller ID spoofing is when the caller deliberately falsifies the information transmitted to your caller ID. See? So it's immune to spoofing because the blood won't be flowing through your veins. So it's trying to create the idea that see is very hard for someone to replicate. It says, after this, let me get the scripture right now. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of old, he is talking about Esau, the so-called white man. But it's talking about the elites to be specific. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So small and great, whether you have great status or low status. Small and great, whether you have small status or great status. Rich and poor, whether you're rich or whether you're poor. Free and bond, whether you're free or you're in prison. House arrest, jail, whatever it may be, on parole. To receive a mark. Look at the word mark. This is the word charagma.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Okay? It says to engrave. Let's look deeper. Alright, let's go right here. It says a scratch or etching, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude or sculpted figure, statue, graven mark, a stamp and imprinted mark, or the mark stamped on the forehead of the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. So it's talking about a thing carved. That's what it's referencing. Something that's carved, something that's engraved in something. So that charagma is something that's engraved. So it's going to be something that's engraved or pierced through your skin. Okay? In your right hand, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. So you're going to receive a mark or an engraving in their right hand or on their foreheads. But this vein scan is just a precursor to the chip. Now, the word mark, we read this word charagma. You type that word there in the Strong's Concordance is 5480. You go to 5480, it's going to tell you other scripture where that word appears. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. It appears, these are all the times it appears. It appears in Revelation when it references Mark, as you can see here, with the numbers that are in red, it keeps saying Mark. But then it appears in the book of Acts 17:29, where it says, for as much then as we are the offspring of the Most High, we ought not to think, this is the Apostle Paul speaking, in reference to the Epicureans and the Stoics. It says we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold or silver or stone, graven by art and man's device. It's right, it's gold, silver, or stone. The Godhead, the Heavenly Father, and His Son are not likened unto gold or silver or stone, graven by art and man's device. Because a man will use a device or art to sculpt an image made out of gold, silver, or stone, and they would engrave images of their God. But obviously, if you're engraving something in stone or engraving something in silver, which the word there for graving is charagma, what are you doing? You're carving something into that stone. You're carving something into that gold. You got the word graven. Same word, charagma, just like for the word, just like in Acts 13 chapter. So we know that that's reference in Acts 13. Despite all those definitions, we know it's talking about a carving, a thing carved. Because why would it be used? Why would that same Greek word charagma, which means a thing carved, be used referencing Mark, referencing the word Mark in Revelation 13:16, and then be used referencing something that's graven in Acts 17:19? Because it's talking about something being engraved, something being carved in. The way you would carve a statue, something is being carved in you. What's being carved in you is when they use that needle, needle to pierce your skin. Put that chip in you. But this thing here, this vein skin is a precursor to the chip. Now I kept using the word precursor. It says precursor, a personal thing that comes before another of the same kind, forerunner. So it's a precursor that comes before another. It's gonna come before that chip. Obviously the chip is already here, and some people already have the chip, but the chip is not being produced in mass. So this vein skin is gonna be a way to get you ready for that. Let's continue a little bit more in the article.